News Talk 96.5 KPEL. It is Go Acadiana with Ken Romero and Dr. John. And joining us this afternoon is Colonel Rob Maness. Good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Ken. How are you?
Well, I see you survived the debate last night with Senator Mary Landrieu. Did she offer to dance with you?
I wouldn't say survived was the right thing. I think we had a great debate, and we called her out on some of the things that she stands for.
Yeah. Well, have you seen the video of her dancing at the Southern Tailgate Party?
No. I have seen the still of the keg stand, though.
No, we have to see the dance thing because the woman's got rhythm. She dances, with the dance they were doing, mm-hmm. and it was kind of interesting. But anyway, let's go on to the debate. Like you said, you called her out on a few things. Could you give us some idea of what you did?
Well, yeah, she's got a view of Obamacare. She's proud that she voted for it. She says it needs to be fixed and those kinds of things. And I told her that my priority is going to be to not just repeal it and defund it, but pull the law out by the roots because it is a job killer in the state. I've been all around this state, and I said this last night. I've talked to many, many small business owners and people working in small businesses, and they're losing jobs. They're not being able to create enough jobs, or people are losing their insurance left and right, and it's just the wrong thing to do. And we use free market principles, making insurance that fits available to consumers, so you don't have to buy insurance based on what the government says, but your age in life and what you need. Mm-hmm. State control of the programs like it was before Obamacare, which are smaller and easier to manage. Cross-state lines purchasing being allowed. And those are all free market principles that could have been used without creating huge trillion-dollar bureaucracies and hiring 16,000 IRS agents and paying almost $1 billion for a website that still doesn't work. And all of those things that come with big government program failure and taxpayer dollar expenditure.
Well, Colonel, it's amazing how Mary Landrieu says we just need to fix this thing, but now we're seeing double-digit rises in cost for Louisiana people, and Walmart is going to take 30,000 to 35,000 people off their full-time employment so they don't have to pay them more insurance. So, fixing it's not the problem. It's getting rid of it. You're absolutely right on that count.
It's got to be pulled out by the roots and go back to not the status quo, but go to the free market for the principles that I just talked about, not just purchasing across state lines, but also making the insurance policies portable by person so you don't have to worry about losing your medical insurance when you move from job to job. Those are all things that could have been done under insurance law and market reforms without requiring a huge federal bureaucracy that's ultimately going to fail anyway.
Mm-hmm. When you've got Mary Landrieu in there, she's been in office 18 years now. You just kind of wonder when you go to a debate at Dillard University, which is not a stronghold for Republicans in the area, it must have felt a little strange to walk into that audience.
Well, our supporters made up over half of the audience from what I saw, so we had a great turnout. Got a lot of supporters in the New Orleans metro area, and I was pleased to see them. I felt very comfortable there. I'm comfortable making my pitch as an American that's concerned about the career politicians of our country that have got our country on the wrong track because they've lost touch with the people they're supposed to serve. I'm very comfortable talking about those things with folks, regardless of what political ideology they think they are or mm-hmm. political party they think they're in or not, and have a lot of voters across the spectrum.
I've got a couple of questions that some listeners have emailed to me, and I'll get to that in a second. But something I don't know if you're aware of, but Mary Landrieu has been a strong supporter of equal pay for women. But I ran across an article that shows that she pays women that work in her office in Washington up to $13,000 a year less than men doing the exact same work.
That's right, and I called her out on that last night. She didn't think that it was appropriate for me to be speaking in a positive way about equal pay for women and insisting that the current law, the Equal Pay Act of 1963, be enforced before we create new laws like the Democrats are espousing. I was proud and am proud to have worked with just literally any number of professional women that I was in combat with and had the privilege to lead and work with his peers in the United States Air Force for 30-something years, and very proud to say that they were paid the same amount that men were for the same tasks. And I'm a big proponent of equal pay for equal work, just not a proponent of putting it in law to use government force to do that. And by the way, if she's such a proponent of it, why hasn't she fixed that problem? Because it was reported on many, many months ago, and apparently it's still not fixed today.
Yeah, and in her very office, as a matter of fact,
That's right.
That really is appalling. I'm going to ask you a question.
And she tried to say that I was lying last night, too, just so you know. And we called and confirmed with the Washington Examiner, I think is who did the original story, to confirm with them that it was still correct and that it was correct originally. So.
Colonel, I'm going to ask you a question that was emailed, like I said, and this will probably be our final question because we're about to run out of time. But I've had people question the fact that you are basically, except for this debate, and in this debate, both you and Mary said that the other guy in the race, and you were referring to Congressman Bill Cassidy, some people have said it looks like you're targeting Bill Cassidy instead of Mary Landrieu, and for most Republicans, Mary Landrieu should be the target.
That's absolutely ridiculous. I don't even think I said the congressman's name last night.
Absolutely.
Now I am running against the status quo, and I'm running against two Washington insider career politicians. There's no way around that. There's no way around that, and it doesn't matter to me whether you have an R or a D behind your name. If you act like a Washington insider career politician with your voting record, I suggest to folks that are complaining about that, talk to the Republicans in the state that control the legislature and get the rules changed if they're whining about things like the way we do elections in this state and those kind of things. But I have to tell you, Ken, our open election system, Tom Shedler has said it twice in forums where I have been, that it's the best system in the United States for the voters to have to put the candidate of their choice in the seat. So folks just need to go out on November 4th and vote their heart. If their heart's with Rob Maness, it's going to be fine. Vote for Rob Maness. If their heart's for Bill Cassidy, go ahead. Take that vote, but make sure you check his record, please. And if your vote's for Mary Landrieu, then, if you're worried about her winning, don't vote for Mary Landrieu. That's the bottom line. Couldn't
have said it better myself, Colonel.
Yeah.
Well, listen, thank you very much. Have a great weekend at the Madisonville Wooden Boat Festival. One of these years, I'm going to have to make it over there. Maybe I'll run by your place first.
Okay. All right. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much for the time today. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on. Have a great day.
You too. Colonel Rob Maness joining us today.